You can call me worshipper, you can call me follower, but I'm just a one.
Here, you can wait in Masjid Nabawi for the Salah to start. Or if you're already started, just carry on. And sometimes, for the practice here, you can open your eyes, you can close your eyes to bring back your concentration. If you lose it, you can open your eyes again. Okay? There's no problem at all. With those sort of confusions, because within the spiritual experience, if you're then thinking, can I do this, can I not do this? This is where Ustaad is giving you the opportunity now, just to clarify, just unblock any of these mental blocks.
That's a question.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yesterday I asked a question to Hazrat Sahab regarding the difficulties I'm facing, and their answer was that I should focus on the teacher. So I just want to know practically what does that mean, how to focus on the teacher, because when I transfer I'm in a black dark place and I can only see the teacher. So what does that exactly mean, focus on the teacher?
So when you're transferring, that was more of a personal message for you, from my understanding as well. Because part of the methodology is you think about the teacher's spirit, but also focusing on the teacher, submitting to the teacher. Maybe over the years you've had, for example, over the years you've had many different teachers, many different askars, many different other missions or things to do. So over time, this is like a message for you to start to now align yourself. Because in this field, for you, otherwise why are you here? The master of this methodology is Shaykh Ahmad Dabagh. And sometimes people have come with baggage, meaning it's not baggage, but they've come with many wazifas sometimes for these openings. Want to see the Prophet ﷺ in a dream. Yeah, I want that connection. So this is the time. So out of compassion and mercy, the teachers don't tell you to drop this, because people find they're attached. Sometimes the quickest way and the shortest way is just to align everything under the teachings. Yeah, under the mashra. That's what you're doing in the spiritual world, and then it helps you if you're doing that in the outward world as well. Rather than thinking, I know better. Yeah, I can do this myself. I'm not saying you're doing that, but just giving you more in that regard. So for example, in yourself now, may just come to the mindset. All those things that you build. That's why sometimes those who come very simple, they travel very quickly. Those who've had much knowledge over the time, it's much more difficult. They're attached. It's like a heavy books on their mind for them to drop. So everything you have, drop it, focus on the teacher, spiritually, physically, outwardly as well. Does that help? That's what.
Does anyone have any more questions regarding the methodology, or you are confused about something? Alhamdulillah. Uncle Iqbal? So that's why right now in the next 5 minutes we will go through a recap from the beginning to the end, and then we will be doing a practical session. So inshallah, so before we start, the first thing is to have the correct intention. The intention is to get to the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we also bring the 3 keys in our mind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is hearing me. And then once we are in that huzuri of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we will be doing the protection adhkar. We will read Surah Fatiha once, Ayatul Kursi once, and then Qul huwallahu ahad, Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. This is one set, so 3 times. Once we are done, we are going to blow in our palm. And then we will rub in our body. Now the protection adhkar is done. Then we will be in the 3 states of mind. Number 1 is humbleness. Number 2 is gratefulness, shukr. And number 3 is reliance, tawakkul on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Humbleness, whatever comes in your mind. So humble yourself in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and then feel that. Try to be in that state. Gratefulness, we have been blessed with, I wouldn't say billions of blessings. You can just choose anything related to dunya or deen. And then in the barakah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in their presence, so you just be grateful. Number 3 is reliance, tawakkul. You say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm doing whatever I was told to do. But then you are the only one with your izn, with your permission, we can actually travel. You will take us in this journey. So once we are done with these 3 states, then we will start with our starting adhkar. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So I will read and you can read after me. And then we will read 3 times astaghfar. And then we will read 3 times Durood Sharif. And then we will read 3 times La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So now we are ready with the lataif. So we will break the lataif into 3 different parts. The first one is the preparation. In the preparation one, we will assume and we will imagine that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the top of the majlis, is white, bright color. And as we breathe in deeply, the nur is coming from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala entering our head. So head to toe, our entire body is being filled with the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we will breathe in deeply, and as we are breathing out, imagine that all the darknesses, all the stress and the worries are coming out slowly, and it's coming out through our mouth. So as we are breathing in deeply, the nur is coming from head to toe, and as we are breathing out slowly, all the darkness, the stress is coming out. So we'll do that. That's the first stage, the preparation. Then we will be moving into the individual latifa one by one. Now imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a bright red color. Now as we breathe in, the nur enters through your nose, travels all the way down, and as we know that the red latifa is located below the navel. And as we breathe out, the nur enters the red latifa, cleanses it, and then leaves from the back of the red latifa. So we will move one by one from the red. We'll move into the orange latifa, which is located in the navel area. Now we will imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a bright orange color. And throughout the process, I will be reminding you to keep the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the key. You should not be heedless and only thinking about. So at the same time, think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with us, watching us and hearing us. Then we will move into from the orange one to the yellow one. The yellow one is located in our stomach area. Now in this time, we will imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a bright yellow color. As we breathe in, the light goes into through our nose, all the way down, enters to the front of the yellow latifa. And as we breathe out slowly, the light cleanses our yellow latifa and leaves from the back of the latifa. And slowly we'll be moving up from the yellow one to the green one, which is at the chest area. Similar process. Then we will move into the light blue one, which is located in our throat area. So far from the red to the light blue, when we are breathing in, the nur is coming through our nose, traveling all the way down to the latifa and then cleansing the latifa, exiting from the back of the latifa. Now once we move into the dark blue one, then you imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a dark blue color. Now once we are breathing in, the nur enters directly into our dark blue latifa, which is located in our forehead area. So similar process as we breathe out, it cleanses, leaves from the back. Then the final one is the white latifa, which is the crown of the head. So Imam Masharif right over here. So now imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a beautiful white color. As we're breathing in, It's coming directly and entering through our white latifa. And as we're breathing out slowly, it cleanses our white latifa and leaves from the back. At this point of time, you will continue breathing. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is still in white color. Now we are moving into the third stage. In the third stage, when we are breathing, now imagine the white color is entering through your head all the way down, and now all the 7 latifas are being energized at the same time, as if the entire body is being filled like a balloon. And slowly, I will mention that you're feeling that your entire body is getting lighter and lighter, and from the bottom to the top, your entire body will start to disappear. Once the entire body disappears, the one thing which will remain is what? Can someone tell me? What remains after that? The breath, the spirit, the breath, and then the 7 latifas. They're still there. The body has disappeared. We have our breathing. We are still breathing right now. We have the spirit and the 7 latifas. And slowly, starting from the red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, dark blue, and the white, they will disappear. Now the only thing remains will be your breathing and your spirit. Now you will construct your spiritual body in front of you. Try to imagine that you're looking in front of a mirror. It could be also an outline. So don't stress too much. As long as you have an outline, then we take the golden breath. So at your own time, you will transfer your spirit into your spiritual body. Then, obviously, we're already sitting in the saf. Then I will stand up, and then we will read 2 rakat nafal, Salah. So now, if you have already transferred yes. So now, as Ustaad Sajid mentioned before, that if you have already transferred before, in Medina Sharif, you can actually start reading the Salah. But the first thing, the key is when we transfer, what do? Can someone tell me? What's the first thing? We find the teacher. We always be in their presence, because they are the only one who are actually guiding us in the spiritual world. Now we know the map. We go to Masjid al-Nabawi and then we read our first rakat. Some people can actually stay the entire time. So depending on whether you are in the Masjid al-Nabawi and then Holy Kaaba Sharif, Masjid al-Aqsa, the first heaven, the second heaven. So we know the map. So depending on you, you can actually stay and read your entire Salah in Masjid al-Nabawi, or you can stop somewhere, might be in Masjid al-Aqsa, or might be in the first heavens. So depending on where you are, so don't think too much, just go with the flow. So this is the entire recap. So before we start, right now it's 12:20, so we have to start right now. Does anyone have any confusion? Yes.
Regarding when you go to spiritual world, like when they give you some drinks and everything, you drink that, and like they give you gifts and that, you have to take it.
Yes. So if you're in the spiritual world,
Once you got the gift, comes to the world here, does it exist? Like, is real?
so those are actually spiritual blessings that you get. One brother was mentioning that they got water and dates. So those are like spiritual blessings. So it's not something to do with physical, but then if you are steadfast in the dunya with the sunnah and the sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that will actually start to manifest. Does that make sense? Okay. It also doesn't break your fasting also. Inshallah. So can we start? Okay. So can everyone make a saf? Like yesterday.
Sit comfortable.
And make sure you sit comfortably.
There's plenty of space, so sit comfortably. There's plenty of space, so sit comfortably, so you can change your position if you need to. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you're at the front, that's fine. Then when you finished, then just move it to the front. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, ठीक है, इधर ही आ जाओ. Yeah, that's fine. Bring it. That's fine. Bring it. Then when you're ready to transfer the cushion to the front.
Take it with you. The spiritual life. I don't feel comfortable.
MashaAllah, that's fine. You okay?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Should look at them or what?
No, you say yes. Okay, I'll go to Wuzu. I'll be back.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna start and go there.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, inshallah, we're going to start right now. So sit comfortably. So the first thing is we have to bring the intention in our mind that why are we doing this? Our ultimate goal is to get the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So try to bring the three states, the three keys. Huzuri, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is hearing me. So inshallah now we will start with our protection adhkar. So everyone please read Surah Fatiha once, Ayatul Kursi once, and the last three Qul huwallahu ahad, Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. This said 3 times, and as we are done, we can blow in our palm and then rub in our body for protection. Bismillah. So now that we have done with our protection adhkar, everyone should be in that 3 states of mind. We should be in the state of humbleness. So whatever comes in your mind, you show humility in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do not even deserve to do these kind of amal. It's by the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and by the blessings of the mashayikh. We should be in the state of thankfulness and gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about any blessing that you have, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you with, and show your gratefulness. Now be in the state of reliance, tawakkul on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are only doing whatever we are told to do, but it's only Allah's izn and permission. He can take us in this wonderful journey. So now we will start with our starting adhkar. So all of you can recite after me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah al-azim. الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله Now be in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, watching me and hearing me. Now imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is at the top of the majlis, is very bright, white in color. And as we breathe in deeply, the noor is coming from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, entering from our head to toe all the way down. And as we breathe out deeply, all the darknesses, the stress and the worries are coming out of your body and exiting from your mouth. White noor from head to toe. And as we breathe out slowly, the darknesses are leaving from our body. Keep the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, watching me and hearing me. Now imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a bright red color, and as we breathe in deeply, the light enters through our nose, goes all the way down and enters through our red latifa, which is located below our navel area. And as we breathe out slowly, the light cleanses our red latifa and exits from the back. Name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, red color. Breathe in, red latifa below the navel. Breathe out. The light cleanses the latifa and exits from the back. Bismillah. Continue breathing. The red latifa has been getting cleansed and energized. Keep the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is hearing me. Now imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a bright orange color. And as we breathe in, the light enters through our nose, goes all the way down to our orange latifa, which is located in our navel area. And as we breathe out slowly, the light cleanses the orange latifa and exits from the back. Name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, orange latifa at the navel area. Bismillah. Keep the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, watching me and hearing me. Continue breathing. Now imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a bright yellow color, and as we breathe in, the light enters through our nose and then enters our yellow latifa, which is located in our stomach area above the navel. And as we breathe out slowly, the yellow light cleanses the yellow latifa and exits from the back. Name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in yellow, cleansing our yellow latifa in the stomach area. Bismillah. Keep the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, watching me and hearing me. Now imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a beautiful green color. And as we breathe in, the light enters through our nose and then enter our green latifa, which is located in our chest area. And as we breathe out slowly, the light cleanses our green latifa and exits from the back. Name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, green latifa located in our chest area. Bismillah. Keep the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, watching me and hearing me. Continue breathing and imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a light blue color. And as we breathe in deeply, the light enters through our nose and then it cleanses our light blue latifa, which is located in our throat area. And as we breathe out, the light exits from the back. Name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, light blue, throat. Bismillah. Keep the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, watching me and hearing me. Now imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a dark blue color. And as we breathe in, the light enters our dark blue latifa, which is located in our forehead area directly. Name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in dark blue. We breathe in, the light enters directly our dark blue latifa in the forehead area, and as we breathe out, it exits from the back. Keep refreshing the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, watching me and hearing me. Now imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turned into a beautiful white color. And as we breathe in, the light directly enters our white latifa, which is located on the crown of the head. And as we breathe out, the light cleanses the white latifa and exits from the back. Bismillah. Continue breathing. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is still in white color. And as we are breathing in, the light is entering through our head, through our entire body, and all the 7 latifas are getting energized and cleansed at the same time. The light is moving up and down, cleansing all the 7 lataifs. Keep the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me, watching me and hearing me. So as we are breathing in and out, our whole body starts to get lighter and lighter. And slowly, slowly, our body is disappearing, starting from our legs, now our torso. The upper body has disappeared. Now our entire body has disappeared. The only thing that remains are our breathing, the 7 lataifs, and our spirit. Continue breathing. Now slowly, slowly, the lataifs are also disappearing. The red one has disappeared. Now the orange, the yellow, the green, light blue, dark blue, and the white one has disappeared. Continue breathing and slowly, slowly construct an image of your spiritual body in front of you. And when you're ready, you take the golden breath, transfer, and find our blessed teacher. Find them. Now inshallah we will start with the Salah. So everyone get up in the safs. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. So inshallah we will take feedback after the Jummah Salah. So we will be getting ready for Jummah right now. Jazakallah khair.